Hello and welcome. This is episode 6 of my to-do list. Today on the menu we have the hood insulation pad, and as you can see here it is missing and it looks really ugly. People have complained about how ugly it looks, and they've also given me 2 more reasons. One is the paint on the bonnet on the top side. Supposedly the heat of the engine can affect the paint on top of the bonnet, and the insulation mat just provides a layer of safety. 2 is noise traveling from the engine into the cabin. So the product we're looking at is this hood insulation pad by the manufacturer Febi Bilstein. This was the only one that I could find in New Zealand, so it is not an original Mercedes-Benz part, but a manufacturer that has produced several parts for Mercedes in the past. The main difference between these and some of the originals that I can identify visually is that the originals have a cutout or a foil which would sit on top of the exhaust manifold. It all just seems like it's one material, there's no different layers, it's just some kind of foam. The label doesn't give me any information on what exactly the material is, so I will just have to trust that this does the job. First thing I'll need to do is I'll need to get rid of all of the bits and pieces that are still stuck on there from the previous hood insulation pad. Before I get to scrub that off though, I need to protect my engine from all the debris falling down. Using my hand as a knife, a decent start. I'll add this, which usually sits in the back of my boot. So I've got these 2 metal brushes, which we're going to use to get the surface as clean as possible, as that will help the adhesive to stick better. So let's get going on that.
Does it matter if I scratch it?
It doesn't really matter if we scratch it because it's going to be covered up. Obviously we want to be careful with anything that we see, so all of this here on the sides you don't want to scratch. If we're looking close, we can see that there's the black stuff, which is the previous hood insulation, and then we've got the yellow stuff, which is the old glue. So before we start using any glue, I'm just going to have a look at how it will fit at the end. It's a symmetrical cut, so it doesn't matter which side we're going to put up front, but I reckon we go for the other one.
I thought it didn't matter.
Yeah. Simply because it might look a little better. This one looks cleaner, I think. Can you see on your side here how it will align?
Yes.
Yeah, it needs to go all the way down there. So you're gonna probably have to tuck that in a bit. At the top, this will go under and in. It almost seems a bit too large. How much more can you push it in the bottom? We don't want to tuck it too much because there's also some cable and stuff back here. And if I ever need to get to that, I can probably just open up this, and there's cable to get to here. So this is the product that we'll be using. This is a spray adhesive, and it's good for basically anything, but it specifically mentions linings and trim as well. So I've used this before on some interior stuff. It did a good job. Now we're going to use it here. It's got an adjustable head, which means it can go wider or tighter. I will probably go a bit wider because if I go tight, I might have glue that kind of is just going to run down. Going wider, I will have a thinner layer of the glue that will not run down as easily. The way this is applied is by spraying both sides and then sticking them together. It advises you to wait for about 5 minutes after applying this coat. If you want to get it to stick even more, you do this twice. So spray, wait, stick it together. And I think that's what we're going to do. So when we went for the rough fitting just now, we noticed that it kind of sticks behind these grooves here and here, which is nice because it helps us to find the exact and perfect fit. It also makes it a bit difficult because we don't really want to apply all the glue down here. It might just run off, go anywhere, and I really don't want that. So we're going to put the glue mostly on the surface where we can actually see it already. So that helps as an indicator to where we should put the glue. So this is roughly how it tucks in here, behind there, and then I'll push it down here. And you can see that that's going to be potentially an issue because I'll have to push it down. So once the glue is attached to both sides of this, I'll have to be really careful to how much contact I make, because as soon as it sticks, right? I don't have much time, so we have to be fast and precise. So I've applied the first layer, we're going to wait 5 minutes, apply another layer, and then we're going to try and get this thing stuck on there, and hopefully it does its thing and it fits nice and smug.
Snug.
Snug. It says to have about 25 centimeters distance, so I think I'm about there. I might be a little bit too close. And in the end, if I want to, if it doesn't glue that well here, because I haven't added much glue, I think I can always add some glue at the end. The main part where I really want to get it stuck is in the middle here. Okay, this seems like a crazy amount of glue at this point. But I don't want this to ever come loose again. We will kind of need to see, when we stuck it in at the bottom, we will need to see if we're at the right height at the top. Because if we don't tuck it in enough, then we're gonna have, a little belly. Yeah. If we tuck it in too much, then we'll have a gap at the top. So we have to make it fit. Oh my God, it's sticking already. Oh my God, it's stuck. Tuck the bottom. Yeah, tucked. It needs to be tucked more. Don't let it touch anywhere at the top. It sticks immediately. Has to be tucked more even. Fuck. It's kind of stuck on my side a little bit. Well, okay, I got it a bit deeper.
Same.
Maybe even a bit more.
I can't really move it anymore.
You have to take it off a bit, like while it's still not 100% stuck. This is why we left a little bit of space at the bottom.
Mine needs to be tucked more.
Okay, tuck.
I've got this tool here. Pull it off and then push it down. There we go.
Okay, mine's tucked quite nicely.
Mine's tucked in there now.
Tucked nicely?
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. And then this bit at the top here. Let's get that under there. Get that kind of in there. It needs to tuck at the top. Grayson, you're taller. Get the tuck in the top.
Oh no. Oh, that's as good as it's gonna get there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good on my side here.
I'm looking good here. I like where it is. So from this bottom point up, do you want me to do it?
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's see. Oh, that's actually good. That's actually surprisingly good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so satisfying.
Yeah.
This corner is lifting.
Okay, let me come over. We're gonna have to spray in here, and we don't want to spray any of this. So I'm gonna go closer than you're supposed to, but I'm also trying to not apply too much in the first place. Can always go more later. And now I wait 5 minutes like this. Maybe a little bit more. Five minutes have passed. I'm now going to stick on the last part. And that. So it's actually looking surprisingly good. There's some little bits and pieces that look a bit crumpled up, but in the end it's under the hood. I won't see it, and hopefully it just serves the main purposes, which is the paint and then the noise. It's not super pretty, but the further you go away, the better it gets. Only time will tell if the quality of this product will hold up. For now, I'm pretty happy. I think it looks good, it feels good. Let's hope it stays on, doesn't fall apart. That's it for today's video. This was pretty easy, quite fun, and in future videos, you won't have to look at the ugly part that was beneath my bonnet. In terms of the sound in the cabin, I have to make up my opinion on whether or not I actually think it makes a difference, and I will let you know in future videos. But let's wrap it up for now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.